about a new library which is Pandas. In a previous class, we discussed about NumPy. I'll try to continue with some more stuff with NumPy as well. But it's a good time to start with Pandas. And as we all know that Pandas we use for data analysis, and this is basically to deal with the external data. You can say the CSV files or any Excel file or any two-dimensional data that we basically use in Pandas. So first, to let me let me know. Let me import the Pandas. How we do it. So in a previous class, we learn how to import NumPy. So let me import that as well. And we use the alias as NP. And here itself, I'm going to import Pandas and I'll give a name as PD. So here I have imported both NumPy and Pandas all together. Now, before going to start with the functionalities, let me explain you one thing that you know that while performing analysis, we majorly deal with, let me showcase you this file, this kind of data. So this is two-dimensional data in which we have rows and columns. It's basically a combination of rows and columns, and all together we make it table, or you can call it data set or data frame, whatever you want to call it. So here you understand that while working on analysis, you should be able to do a number of operations, like how to extract a particular record from a specific index. Let's say I want to extract this part, or let's say I want to extract the entire row like this, or let's say I want to perform certain operation on this column. So I must be dealing with such kind of scenarios. We are going to talk about those one by one. But before going to that part, I would like to explain you one thing, that here we do have this two-dimensional data. Before learning how to perform such operations on this, we should know how to deal with one dimensional part. Let's say we extract something from here like this, so this is one dimensional. Or let's say you extract something from here, that is also one dimensional. So one dimensional in Pandas is, like, you can call it series. Series is like one dimensional array. And when we talk about the entire table, the name that we use in Pandas is the data frame. So data frame is a combination of multiple series. I hope you guys are clear with this term. Let me explain you once again. When we talk about the entire table or the data frame, so it is a combination of multiple series. Multiple series makes one data frame. So let's say this is the entire data frame and you want to extract this age column from there, so that is a series. Or let's say you want to extract this fourth index of row, so that is a series. So the combination of multiple series makes one dimension, one data frame. We're going to talk about that part. So let me explain you, while we work on series basically how we create and what are the different attributes that we do have under series. Series is one dimensional, as I already conveyed you. So before using series in Pandas, let me give you the use cases, the same thing that we used to do in core Python. For example, you remember that we uh, used to have a dictionary in core Python, and we used to write dictionary something like this. Let's say this is A, and this is certain value to this, and let's say this is B, and any value to this. That's a small dictionary we have created. So this is a dictionary. So in dictionary, what we used to do, we used to rename index, right? Let's say in let me insert a cell above. Let's say there is a list, and we have, for example, 2 and again 2. There are two records in a list. So first two, or let me give it a different name, for example 5 here as well, just note, don't want any confusion. So here, let's say I want to extract first index 2, so that the name of 2 is 0, for example, here it is. And here in dictionary I have given a name to this part, so 0 becomes a. So rather than calling this value 2 from 0 index, we can call it from a as well. So basically, on a very layman term, dictionary was just for renaming the index. And let's say I have a huge, for example, list, something like this, and I want to, let's say, rename the entire list that is there, L1. So to do that part manually, it will be a time taking process. For example, I have to uh, rename each and every record. Here we have 5 or 10 records. Let's say we have 5,000 or 20,000, a huge records we do have, so it's very tough to rename those one by one. So, you know, what we can do in core Python itself, we can basically use a enumerate function to do this. How we'll be doing this? For example, for I in enumerate, I have covered that part in previous videos. You can check that. Here is the list, and we can simply print this here. So it will basically give you the index. Let me run this to get the updated value. Here it is. So you see, it's taking some time. Yes. You see that using for loop and enumerate method, we have uh, extracted all the positions within one go for this. And this is not basically for list. You can pass dictionary as well here. And you see that it will give the basically the index for each and every key an enumerate function. And in case you want to extract the keys, we can do that using the index and values. I'll showcase you how to do that. But now we are talking about the series part. Here in series, we can do the similar kind of job. How we are going to do this? Let's say this is L1, and I want to call pandas series function. So in series, s is in caps, you have to be careful while writing series. And I need to pass the list. Here it is. And you see the same kind of job which enumerate did. Let me give it a name, L1. This is here in series as well. Here we have to pass two basically the variables to get that in a different variable. So the same thing we can do with series. So let's say you want to extract the index for any iterator. So you can simply use for loop with enumerate method, or we can pass that directly into a series. And to rename that part, to rename these 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, what we used to do, we used to call a dictionary, and in dictionary we used to give a different name to those index, and then we used to call them. The same thing we can do with panda series as well. How we'll be doing this? Let me showcase you. For example, here only here only we can do that. So in what we call that index. So I'll be writing something like this. That's a huge list. I have to call a multiple values all together. Let me create a very short series just to showcase you. And the name of series is S1. Let's say pd dot series, and here I am passing few values. Let's say 3, 4, 5, just three values, and I want to rename it here only. So I'll be using index method, and in index, using list parenthesis, I can directly rename it from here. Let's say I have given this name as A, and this is as B, and this is C. There are three records, and I have renamed those as A, B, C. So you know here I have to pass the, because I'm using this as a tuple, so I have to pass extra parenthesis, and I need to close it from here. And once I'll run S1, and you see what is the error that I have made. These are the parentheses. No, I don't need these parentheses here, right? So you see that we have renamed this using pandas series function. And the same thing, let's say you want to do with dictionary, you can write it like this as well. Let's say I have created a tuple T1, and in T1 I have given this value, for example this one. Let me give it here only, and I'll be passing this t1 here. So I need to run this and run this, and here it is, right? So in case you want to rename this, we used to do that part using dictionary. How? Let me create a dt dictionary, and I used to rename that something like this: a and the value is 3, and b and the value is, let's say, 4, and here c and the value is 5. And then we used to call this dictionary to get that displayed. Here it is. So these are the key value pair that we have created. Just to connect you with the core Python part and the picture, just to give you the picture of series function, that what base on a very basic level series is doing. Series is basically a one dimensional array that is a part of a data frame. And to work on data frames, we should know how to deal with one dimensional array and how to extract or how to apply certain attributes on them. And you know that this the index, this is not for the alphabets only. You can simply use any alphabets or a combination of numbers and alphabets. You can create any index, and you can give it any name to those records. So on a very layman term, series is basically for renaming those index we can use. Apart from this, let me confirm you that we can create series from list as well. We can create series from tuple. Here we have created this series from using tuple. Let me write it here. uh, Series using tuple. You can see that's a tuple, small parenthesis. For example, you want to create any series using list. Yes, you can create that as well. For example, that's, let's say, lt. I have given this name, and this is the list that I have created. And let me give some dummy values to this. Here it is. And you can simply call it, let me give it a name s2. And how I'll be writing this: pd dot series. In case you forgot this series, simply you can type pd dot and you can simply press tab to get all tab to get all those functions, and then you can search series from there, right? So I'll be writing like this: series, and in series I can pass lt, and it will simply convert to the basic index. Here it is. So I haven't renamed those index. Those by default index is there. Let's say you want to rename this, you can rename that as well. You have to pass the index attribute, and in those parentheses you can give the name of a particular, let's say, hi and j and k, for example, and this is l. And you simply run it, and you see that the index has been renamed. One thing you have to be careful: the total records that you have passed in this list, the total record, I mean total values, should be passed in index as well. This is exact similar, not less than or not more than. For example, you are passing only uh, 4 records in this, it will give error. And in case you want to understand this error, it can simply you can find it here. Length of passed values is 5 and index implies 4, so you should pass total 5 values here. Here it is. Or you can reduce the length of your list or iterate. It's up to you. So that should be similar. That's a very basic thing. And the similar way you can apply this on dictionary as well. And you can create series using array, or for example on a same record you can create series. I'll showcase you some more examples how to create series in a different manner. But here I want to tell you one more thing. While creating the series, you know, we should know how to extract a particular record. And for example, in case you have two series, so you need to perform certain operation to those series. So you should know that how it works. Let me give you the example for that part. Let's say I have created a series, for example, that is T1. I have given this name T1, and the series is, let me create it here only, and I have given some value to this, and in index let me pass, for example, A, B, and C. I have created another series T2, and let me copy and paste it here. Here it is. So I'm going to change some values from here. Let's say it's 5, and let's say it's 8. And these are two series that we have created. For example, I want to perform certain operation on this mathematical operation. I can perform, that's a numeric value in this series. Yes, we can do that. So for example, I'm doing T1 plus T2, let's say. So you see that how it has added the values. You see that 3 plus 3 is 6 for A index, and 4 plus 5 is 9 for B index, and 5 plus 8 for C index. It has calculated this value. So you notice one thing. Let's say I have given a different name, uh, T. Let's say this is S1 and this is S2. And here I am not using the same index for this part. Let's say I have a different index D. This is ABC and this is AB and D. So we have two similar index for these two series, and one is a different index. Now I want to perform certain operation on this. And you notice that where we have the same index, the operation has been performed. But if we do have a different index, then it gives us a nan value. Nan is basically the missing records, not a number. We call it in NumPy. I believe you all are aware of this term. So while performing certain operation on two series, we should be very careful that index should be similar. If we do not have similar index, so it will not perform any operation on any two or three series. So this should be very clear to you. Fine. So now we talk about different attributes of a series. You can, for example, how to extract the particular value from a series, and there are multiple way to do that. And for example, I have to indexing that we used to do in core Python for list and for arrays. You must have gone through with lot of indexing part, right? So the same thing we can do with series as well. Let's say I want to extract series based on a position, or let's say I want to extract series based on a label. We have two options to extract or index particular series. Let me give you an example here. So let's say this is a series S1, and you see in this series, let me scroll down. In case I need to extract this 3, so I have two options to call this record. One is the zero index, I mean that is based on their position, and one is the name, which is A. I can call it from in two ways. One is from their position and one is from their label. Let's say I want to extract it. I mean we call it a position based indexing. If we are doing position based indexing, how we do that part? Let's say I'll be calling it like this. So 0 is the position for this record, and let's say I want to extract 5, so the position for 5 will be 2. Here it is. And in case I want to do the label based indexing, we call it a label based indexing. Let me do that as well. Label based indexing, right? So how I'll be calling this part? I'll be calling this with their label. So the what is the label? That is the label. And for this 5, the label is C. And here it is. So it's up to you that how you want to index or extract a particular record. Further, we'll be talking about the lock and iLock as well. But here I'm giving you the very basic scenario. We have two options to extract a particular record. One is from their position and one is from their label, or you can call it a name. I believe you guys remember that when we used to go to the school, so we have two options while marking the attendance. Our teacher used to call it from our roll number and from our name. So this scenario is similar to that roll number, that this roll number is present or not. So we used to call it yes or no. And here, in case they are calling you from your name, so that is basically a label. So there are two options to call a particular record. One is from their position and one is from their label. I believe that is clear to you. Now, if we talk about, we have some more option to do the indexing as well. Let me create some bigger series. For example, here we have S2. I need to give it a different name. Let's say S3. So I'll be calling it here. So let me call this S3 series here. You see that we have few records in S3. Total 5 records we do have. So for example, I want to, let's say, do indexing based on the range. Let's say I want to extract it from 0 index till 4 index. So I can do that as well. For example, I want to index this from 0 till 3. So it starts from 0 and it will go till last index minus 1. 0, 1, 2. Here, last range is excluded in position based indexing. Let me clear you this thing once again. When we are doing the indexing on a range, let's say if we want to extract a particular part from a series which starts from one point and goes to the second point, let's say it starts from 0 and go till 3. So the last range is excluded in this part. So it will go from 0 till 2. So 0, 1, 2. And we see that 0 index is this is 1 index, and this is 2 index. And for example, the same thing you want to do for label. So in label, last range is included in label based indexing. Let me give you the option. For example, I want to extract it from H and till, for example, K. And you notice that K will be included here. So the two option you should remember. In many interviews, people ask this kind of question. So last range is included in label based indexing. I believe this is very clear to you. So when we are extracting a range based on the position, last range is excluded. But when we are extracting based on the label or their name, then last range is included. And here is the output for these two options altogether. When we call it like this position, so we see that last range is excluded. But when we call it using a particular label, then last range is included. So you see that we can do it something like this as well. So this is basically for the indexing part. You will be doing something like this. And one more thing I want to confirm you here. This is basically for a sequence. Let's say I want to extract from H till K. Let's say I don't want to extract based on a sequence. For example, I want to extract H, then J, then K, something like this. I'm not performing any sequence. So how I'll be writing this syntax in that scenario? That is very useful while you will be working on the data analysis part. You know that when we have a range, so you can use one index parenthesis, those list brackets only. But when you are not performing a range, you randomly choosing any label from there, so you will be using one extra parenthesis, square bracket. And those square bracket, you can simply pass your labels. Let's say I want to extract H, then J, and then, for example, K, or let's say L. So you'll be writing like this, and here it is. You see that H is there, J is there, and L is there. Let me call S3 here as well so that you can validate the output. You see that H is there, J is there, K I have not included, and then L, which is there. And if you are not using those extra parentheses, those list bracket, basically when we have more than one record and we are not using the range, then we have to basically pass those records within a list. You see that here it will throw error. You cannot pass this without list bracket, or within a list you have to pass it. So here it is. Let me write. Here it is. Oh, square brackets. Here it is. So you should be careful while uh, randomly choosing or extracting any records. You have to pass within a list. Random label extracting, or you can say the indexing, will require list. So you should remember this part as well. So this is basically, we have learned how to create series. We basically discussed a bit about the pandas, which is for the data analysis, and I said that I'll start with the series and then we'll move ahead with the data frames. Then we will learn how to import the external files and how to basically make certain changes, and let's say we are working on certain data frames, and how to export those to this external environment. So we'll be talking about those parts. Meanwhile, what you need to do, you just create some basic series using list, tuple, or let's say dictionary, and try to do certain indexing on that. As I always said, that indexing is very important, because to do or to extract certain record from a particular table, you should know how to do that. So that is very important. You try this meanwhile, and I'll come up with some more attributes with series in our next class. So thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye bye.